Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elias here with Weekly Wrestling Heat. We are back.
What's up?
We're back with another episode with covering NXT and AEW recap this week. If you have a chance, before this show started, we did another live. Me and Moise did another live. We actually did cover a little bit of Slammiversary. We did our predictions for Slammiversary, talked a little bit about it. We'll go straight into the breaking news. So if you've been a little bit under the rock for the past hour or so, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have officially signed with Impact Wrestling, and they will be at Slammiversary tomorrow. Which also EC3 also released a hype video, basically saying the liberation of well, of course, the 90-day probation, the 90-day non-compete clause is over for these guys. So we're about to start seeing these guys come into these wrestling promotions, whether it's Ring of Honor ain't doing anything, but whether it's Impact, AEW, or New Japan, because New Japan's actually running shows now. So breaking news for New Japan. If you haven't,
more breaking news as of 50 minutes ago. Jack Ryder on Instagram just posted his new entrance music. And it's by Downstate. It's by Downstate, who does Cody's music.
Ooh.
But they also do Dolph's music, right?
Yeah.
Or Mrs. I don't know which one.
I think it's either or. I think both of them.
Dang.
So
yeah. Downstate.
So the same band can go to different brands, basically.
I mean, it's a band. There's no really they're contracted by the company, so shoot.
They did Ryder's old theme as well. The radio remix. Yeah.
Okay.
So all right, news coming from New Japan this week. If you haven't been keeping up with New Japan, New Japan's finally doing live shows, and this live show, Evil from Los Ingobernables turned on Naito, and then Evil had ended up winning the New Japan Cup, and then also ended up challenging Naito for the for both the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, which he also lined himself with the Bullet Club. So apart from that, Naito has been crowned a triple champion right now, which he also has the New Japan Cup and also has both the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. It was a pretty awesome moment seeing that, because Naito was one of the core members of Los Ingobernables. So that's just for a little news from New Japan that caught my interest this week. Apart from that,
Charlotte's filming a reality show based on her life.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be E or NBC. The Peacock Network is getting some WWE original programming, from what I read.
Who's doing that next door?
It might be for that. Charlotte.
Really now?
Which I think WWE dropped the ball. If it's not going to be WWE produced, they dropped the ball by not having all.
That's what I'm after. I'm very shocked WWE isn't involved in this.
Well, here's the thing. It could.
Well, no, they're involved. They're involved with it because anything that a WWE superstar does, they have to go through WWE to do it. But I think the narrative on this one is to try to figure out exactly what they're doing, what's going to happen, and what they're going to do with it. So,
what do y'all think about it? Especially at this early in her early stages of her game, actually. So,
I think it's great for Andrade.
It is.
I think, dude, if you can show us show us a little bit of like comedy from Andrade, you could have him turn face slowly, have Angel be the heel, and have Angel do that Eddie thing that Finch wants to see so bad. The whole Latino heat light turning face as the crowd comes back. I think you see it, man. I think it's good for Angel and Andrade.
Speaking of, any word from WWE talking about the crowd gonna come back? Nothing yet.
They have a show booked in Cleveland in September. That tickets are still on sale for. So,
and SummerSlam tickets are still being sold for Boston, so there's no telling exactly what's going to happen with that one.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Brock Lesnar was supposed to come back at SummerSlam, but no audience, no Brock. Basically, is the thing.
Yeah.
So Brock's still not gonna come to SummerSlam.
No. If
unless
you're gonna,
unless they can get an Orlando crowd of like 50% or something. No.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
the way things are going with COVID, it's not. I don't see it happening. Um, the last thing is if you going back to Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. If you're if you want to see interviews, they're doing actually right now. They're doing a live interview with Ryan Satin and Rocky Romero. Um, they're doing just basically talking about how everything life after WWE and basically giving insight of why they resigned with WWE. Just a quick spoiler alert: they were actually supposed to have not resigned for to WWE, and they were supposed to actually be part of the first Dynamite. Um,
Hmm.
so they actually kind of left kind of just Triple H was the one that got them to resign, which
Oh,
it makes me, which actually makes me feel a little bit mad that they got done the way they got done because they resigned for 5 years. They took financial. They basically, in a nutshell, they decided to take their family's financial stability
hmm.
over a 2-year contract. So kind of sucks how things ended for them. But
This
I'm
is
pretty
not a good look for Vince. Vince doesn't give a fuck, obviously, but it's not a good look for Vince.
yeah. I mean, these two guys. I mean, they got used the way they got used. I mean, but they weren't happy there. So, I felt that they should have been given a better push since they resigned. I think the match with the Undertaker
Yeah.
was a good way to show them, but I still feel some type of way about it because I'm a big Bullet Club fan, and I love Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So it's like for them to get done like that, it was
Yeah,
kind
I
of
didn't understand. Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Elias. It's only a matter of time before Vince has to step down. I'm sorry. It's only a matter of
well.
time.
I mean, Vince is gonna be there till he dies. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And it's more like I don't want to blame Vince on the situation, but it's
COVID
some
fucked everything for everyone.
COVID fucked up everything for everybody. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
if COVID wouldn't happen, I think we would have seen a lot more of these people, and I think these guys would have been happier with what's going on. So,
Man, I'm
but
so pissed we didn't get Street Profits and the Good Brothers.
yeah, that's one match I regret not seeing. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into because we got another show where we're coming to do Extreme Rules predictions. So let's get into it, man. Let's start with overall thoughts of this week of AEW and NXT. I thought honestly AEW was the better show,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
but but
We got
both
we
show
got complaints about both shows.
yeah both shows were underwhelming to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, AEW showed out, but at the same time, there's still stuff that I didn't like about it. And NXT, I kind of figured it was going to be like that because AEW announced their full card beforehand, um, and they basically just went with it. So they really didn't do anything. It was a cool down show for them because I mean 2 weeks of straight action, you're gonna have knowing WWE and NXT, they do a cool down show, which wasn't bad. The wrestling was still good, but it was just one of those things. What are your thoughts on it, Moise?
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think either show hit an A for me. I would give AEW an 85 this week, and I would give NXT like a 78, 79, 80 this week.
Yeah, that
You know
sounds
what?
about right.
You know
I
what's
mean, my
funny?
thing was AEW to me was comically hilarious. NXT provided some of the good matches.
You know what's funny? Me and Matt were actually watching AEW live, not live, but we were watching the replay,
Right.
and we actually thought we actually gave NXT I actually because Matt didn't watch it, but I gave AEW a 8 and NXT a 7.5.
Yeah,
Um,
so we're in the same range there.
yeah, so it
Regardless, I think AEW was the better show.
no, most definitely it was the better show
Yeah.
due to the entertainment value. That's one thing, and that's one thing I keep telling people. If you're gonna watch AW, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna be entertained. There's no if ands buts about it. You're gonna be entertained by AW. If you want straight wrestling, NXT is the better wrestling show. But
Fair
as far as this week, AEW had a little edge on it because of the card that was announced and some of the surprises that were in store. So, what are we gonna get into? We're gonna get in NXT or AEW. What do you want to do?
I am pulling up NXT results right now.
I already have it up. So,
Okay, cool.
I
Let's
guess
do
we can
that.
start with that then.
all right. So let's start off with NXT. NXT started off with Keith Lee coming down and um basically thanking the WWE universe for being behind them. Just basically a celebration. Um, Dijakovic came out and basically said that he's proud of Lee, and uh basically was praising him, and then Lee basically told Dijakovic that he actually talked to Regal and he wanted it to be Dijakovic to be the first person that he defended his double titles against. So that basically
That's
led up to that. But I was watching wrestling. I was watching the recap from Justin LeVar and Matt Morgan and
Raj.
Raj.
Fuck you.
And they basically said that Raj said that he felt that Keith Lee's delivery on this promo was underwhelming. But at the same time, Keith Lee's character is kind of like that well spoken mannered, and Matt Morgan basically was like, you got to think about it. Keith Lee's language and Keith Lee's way of delivery is pretty the same way he did it. So he hasn't changed anything that
It's the
he's
same
done.
way Matt Morgan was when Matt Morgan was in
what it.
Impact and WWE. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what did y'all expect? Keith Lee has always been spoken since he been there.
No.
No,
They're just saying.
they're just saying like if he's
Y'all
gonna
wanted him.
have that. No, Monty. What they're saying is if he's gonna have that main event on Raw, SummerSlam, WrestleMania in the future, we need to
Right.
see like a fiery promo out
A
of
little
him,
bit of
Like,
intensity.
one
So
that makes us buy the pay per view.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, I understand what y'all saying, but I don't expect every single superstar that comes in the
no.
WWE, AEW.
That's not. No, that's
Right.
not the point. I think as far as they were talking about your first delivery as champion should
Right.
be a
You want them to get that fire out of them.
yeah, that fire out of him,
Right.
kind of like that, like that enthusiastic, being like that, like, yeah, I got this title, like not like it was nitpicking, so it was just like,
Like
Yeah.
but
one example I could give is let's say in a year Keith Lee's on the main roster showing Mia Yim. Randy Orton RKO's Mia Yim after a match to get to Keith Lee. I want to see Keith Lee come out and be like, "Yo, I'm about to bust your ass, boy."
Oh, gotcha.
Like see some
yeah,
fire
stuff
out of
like that. So all right, so after that we get a match between Cameron Grimes and Damian Priest.
I love these
Basically
two
the match
working
started
together. I
off with
don't care
Priest
how
actually taking the fight to
Sorry.
nice. Like
Yeah.
the chemistry between these two guys is pretty awesome. I never thought that. I'm with his gimmick right now. It's going on me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Elias. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Cameron Grimes is gonna be money in the future.
His
If you don't,
finisher is
if
so
his
good.
if this is what I'm saying, if this finisher don't get you, best believe him throwing his promos are gonna be off the chain. His in-ring gimmick is gonna get it. Yeah, I can see him doing something in the main roster,
Yeah.
slowly but surely. But
I could see
Damian
it
Priest,
kind of
that's a
be.
whole nother story.
But
I could see the whole Cameron Grimes thing being like Elias, where he's not that over in NXT, but when he gets to the main roster, people are like, "This
main
guy's
roster,
hilarious,"
that's where he.
Yeah.
And plus, he got a mouth, so yeah.
Oh no, was pretty hilarious and stuff. The gimmick was hard hitting, the same way he is now. And
Elias,
I final delete the
Elias,
match that Matt Hardy had with the.
drop out and come
Yeah.
back in. Drop out and come back in. You're really lagging on my end at least. Monty, you're in too?
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll have him come back in.
He'll come back in. Nah, but serious. What I was saying was this. Cameron Grimes. Yeah, he gonna be money in the future. Like I mean, and I agree with you, Morris. He might come off like as Elias, like in NXT. You really don't get the gimmick, but once he makes it to the main roster, it's on and pop. And like I said, plus he got a mouth. He got a mouth that can back up his promos. I give him that.
Yep.
So
All right, Elias. Next match.
Yeah. All right. So basically, this match, Damian Priest won with a reckoning from the second rope. So that was a pretty nice one. Then he basically calls out. He basically says, he's interested who comes out on top in this match. And basically wishes them good luck. Afterwards, we get a segment with Thatch with the Thatch can. Basically, man, these little vignettes that they're doing are pretty awesome with Thatcher. So then we get Indy Hartwell versus Shotzi Blackheart.
The Thatcher promos are not for everyone. Like, it's appealing to wrestling purists, but it's not appealing to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we get a match, a pretty decent match between Indy Hartwell and Shotzi Blackheart. Basically the match, Indy Hartwell won because of a distraction from Aaliyah. So that basically puts that that match there.
The Robert Stone brand.
I don't know about
I
that,
think so, because also maybe, but I know Kelly and Dane might.
I think you get both of them in on it.
I think there was a segment where Robert Stone tried to apologize to Kelly and Dane.
Yeah.
And then Kelly and Dane basically said that he wanted a match against, I think it was Keith Lee or somebody. I forgot who it was.
Dexter Loomis.
Or I think it was
Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis. There you go. He wanted a match against Dexter Loomis, and yeah. So I think he said that he wanted that, and he would consider joining the Robert Stone brand. Afterwards, we get a dude. This was my favorite vignette of the night. The Legado del Fantasma.
This was so good.
Like whatever they're doing with it was so good. Like I love what they're doing. Like honestly, I think Escobar is elevating the cruiserweight title little by little. Like that, and then with just like the promos they're doing and what they're doing, it's like awesome. I want to see them recruit some more members. So afterwards we get the
I like it. Yeah, I like how it is.
No, I want them to get I want them to get a woman into the faction.
Who would you suggest?
Get one girl.
Vega?
No,
you can't do Vega. Mercedes?
It could be Mercedes.
Nah, hell.
If you want to keep it as like Latinos, like no, think about Martinez, it. Have her being part of the Legado del Fantasma has a female.
Is there such thing as a female lucha? Is there such thing?
They have one in the crowd.
Yeah.
Catalina. Or Catalina?
Catalina. They could do Catalina too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Either way, we go on to the next segment, which was NXT, the NXT champ, North American and NXT Championship on the line against Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. This match was actually pretty nice. They loved the chemistry between these two guys. Basically, Keith Lee ends up winning with the Big Bang Catastrophe for the pin, but Dijakovic gave him the work too. There was moments where I thought Dijakovic might win this one.
I'm more interested in what happened after the match.
Your thoughts, guys?
I'm more interested in.
I want to talk about what happened after too.
Yeah. I'm more interested in what happened afterwards with Killian Cross. I mean, obviously, we knew that Dominic Dijakovic was going to give Keith Lee that work. We knew Keith Lee was going to come out there with both titles, you know. But they did give us. But every time, but you gotta understand, Elias. Every time these two go in the ring together, when is it never? When is it ever a horrible match? Not at all. And I get the feeling this is going
No,
to carry.
it's
This
always a
is
good
gonna,
match.
it's always a good match, and it's going to continue to carry on. I'm willing to bet that. So,
All
Yeah.
right. So speaking of after the match, Keith Lee and Dijakovic were basically, they're doing the after match where they're giving each other a handshake and a hug and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden the lights go black, and then all of a sudden the lights come on in the entranceway, and Scarlett comes on, walks down, and then walks down with a bag, and then pours the bag out, which is the remains of the time clock that Keith Lee has smashed. And just that look that she gave him and that acknowledgement that he knows what's up just made the segment even better to me.
okay, right there,
And then
and that's what I was. That's what I was kind of confused about, Elias. Who smashed the? When did the clock get smashed?
so it was, I think it was a couple
just
weeks ago.
when Karrion Kross and Adam was teasing that he wanted to go after Adam Cole.
Right, right.
Keith Lee was in the backstage and he just knocked the thing over to stand the time over.
Oh, that's right. I had to think about it. I'm like, I don't remember Keith Lee smash. I don't remember who smashed that damn clock. But okay, that was a long time ago, though. Got it. Okay, continue.
Yeah,
It was like 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember now. I remember now.
After, man, that segment, I'm to be honest with you, out of everything that we've seen in AEW, NXT, Impact in Japan, like the way that they present him, the way that they're using Scarlett to be his ballet, and the way she does things, that this is one of the most invested stars I've been in. This is the most I've been invested in a star in a long time.
Not just the star guys, more like the storyline.
Was the Dijakovic
his whole
okay. So Dijakovic after the match says,
afterwards they
let me take this, Elias, and then you come in. So Dijakovic after the match is being interviewed by Sarah Schreiber, and he's like, yeah, Keith Lee gave me the work, and Karrion Kross wants to face him, but I don't think Karrion Kross is on his level. Kross is right behind him. He's like, you want to do this? Dijakovic's like, let's do it. They start brawling, and all of a sudden they go into another room, and Karrion throws him over railing, and Dijakovic just laid out. I can't wait for that match either.
Yeah, I'm interested in that match. Awesome. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I know I'm quite sure Karrion Kross is gonna win that one, but when you look at it from hindsight, I really don't see Karrion Kross overpowering dominant Colt. I don't see him overpowering him like that. I ain't saying it ain't possible. I'm just saying it don't.
I'm
saying not really.
I'm saying NXT needs to hold off 1 week on this and promote the hell out of this match next week, and in 2 weeks NXT will get the rating over AEW again. I think.
I actually want to see this match next week. I agree with you, but I want to see this match this next week. I want them to duke it out. I think this is going to be the match of the week next week, to be honest with you.
I think this is going to be Dijakovic's last match in NXT too.
You think so?
I think so too.
He's getting called up. Yeah.
Yeah. Afterwards, we get a squash match between Timothy Thatcher and Denzel DeJournette. Of course, Thatcher is. I love the technician he is.
Working Denzel after the match. Oni Lorcan comes out, and we want to see more Oni and Thatcher. We said it last week.
Y'all want Lorcan and Thatcher again?
You said it last week too. You wanted to see it again.
You're right. I did. All right. What would you prefer, Lorcan and Thatcher, or Ciampa and Gargano? Which one would you prefer?
I think they're two different matches, man. But
two different matches, man.
Lorcan and Thatcher don't have that build yet. You can build it where Thatcher takes out Lorcan, and then it could build a Danny Burch coming back. There's many ways you can go with this story.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. So afterwards, of course, afterwards, that segment that I said that Robert Stone tried to make amends with Killian Dane. Basically, Aaliyah comes up and shows a Robert Stone a drawing that Loomis did, and basically Dane says that the way he could repay him is getting a match against Dexter Loomis, and the match is made official next week, as well as the Dijakovic versus Karrion Kross match.
Those boys are gonna destroy one another, Dane and Loomis.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
All right, so then we head into the main event of the night: Io Shirai versus Tegan Nox. God, I know you don't like her, but Tegan Nox is money.
No, Io's money. She made. Tegan
I really like. I don't care. Both women look good this match. Like Tegan brought the fight to Io Shirai to the very end.
Really good in that.
Yes.
Yes, Monty.
He's doing that. He's doing the church.
No.
Raise.
No.
Yes, sir.
Raising. Okay.
Tegan
Nox, right? Okay. She was the one that just recently
won the gauntlet match.
No, before not that. She was the one that just quote unquote came out, right?
No.
Yeah.
Tegan came out.
Okay. Yeah. Tegan came out on Instagram and Twitter this week.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But besides that, yeah, I can see Tegan Nox but Tegan Nox is gonna be money.
No, but think about it like this: she hit a choke slam on her. She hit a choke slam on Io Shirai. She hit the Molly go around, and she hit the Shiniest Wizard, and still couldn't get Io Shirai to go down for the 3 count.
Right.
Io Shirai basically wait for Tegan Nox went for just Io Shirai won the match, of course, but beforehand. Tegan Nox was actually going for the second Shiniest Wizard, and Io Shirai gets on her feet and hits her with the palm strike, knocks her down, and goes for the moonsault for the pin. I think this match was worthy of a main event. I like I said, I love what NXT and AEW are doing with women, giving them the main event, and the women are showing out every time they get that main event.
I will say what
afterwards.
I will say something I don't like about
Shirai.
One second. Before you get on this Tegan Nox high horse, one thing I don't like is how in her build up to the match, Tegan was like, "I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm shinier." It's the same thing you did with Bianca Belair, essentially.
Yeah.
The strongest, the toughest, the best, the EST. It's the same thing, but with an ER.
I'm gonna say this. I know Tegan Nox is money right now, and that's fine. Don't pull that girl to the main roster just yet. Not yet, anyway. Keep her on NXT as long as you can.
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. I don't think she's going anywhere for a while.
I'm just saying
Of course, after the match, Dakota Kai comes out and grounds Io Shirai, and that's how NXT ended. My only complaint about this one is just like something about what, regardless of the matches being good, something about the show just didn't feel like it just felt underwhelming. It's just the matches were good. It's just the presentation wasn't there.
It was awkwardly placed.
Really?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you gotta think about it. They just came off of a 2-night Great American Bash.
I don't know.
I consider this the cool down. That's all I'm saying.
I understand, but when you're going up against another competitor, you can't have 2 squash matches. With Thatcher and what was the other squash match? The Indy Hartwell match, basically.
That wasn't necessarily a squash match, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like Shotzi. Maybe that's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree. Like
maybe she wanted to get rid of the tank.
have action packed. You have I don't know. I mean, it just feels like it just something felt off this week in NXT. Usually NXT is like it's enjoyable, but to this week it just felt like off.
It
Like
was just like
I'll
blah.
agree with Moyes. It was awkwardly played.
It was kind of like a
Yeah,
blah.
there you go. That's the best way to
Okay.
put it.
Okay. I hear you.
Um, I would say my only takeaway, there's two takeaways I can say. I wish that they would do something more with I wish that the way that the match between I wish they would do something more with Thatcher instead of just giving him a better known wrestler instead of just taking out a instead of Denzel Digit, right? Um, and I did not like I did not like how I didn't like how the freaking I just lost my train of thought.
Take time.
Um, what was I gonna say? Hold on.
Keith Lee. The
There's
Keith
one
Lee
thing I
promo.
didn't like about it, and no, I thought the match. Yeah, the Keith Lee promo was my only takeaway. That
Gotcha.
like I kind of agree with Raj in a sense, and I thought the Damian Priest match should have gone on a little longer. But that's
Nah.
that's my only takeaways with NXT.
Okay. As far as NXT go, my thing is
So
this though. I like how everybody was congratulating Keith Lee. That was pretty nice. I don't. My thing is this though. Look, I know we're so used to everybody after they win the best match in the world, chanting da da da, I'm the man. Sometimes you just gotta have some people that just gotta be humble about it. I think one of the things that I liked about it pointed out was when Roman Reigns sent that tweet saying congratulations to Keith Lee. Enjoy it now. You still got a lot of more work to do, but you're on the right track. I like that part. Sometimes just it's no different than Braun Strowman winning the match, running that world title. I mean, the Universal title. I mean, Roman Reigns told him you got to humble yourself. I don't expect everybody to pull a Adam Cole and be the most cocky individual in the world. So, as far as Keith Lee goes, congratulations winning both titles, man, on NXT. Shit, you can't get more better than that. I like the Thatcher match also, but we're gonna see a lot more of that also. So, other
Let's
than
get into
that,
AEW because we got another show to do too after this for predictions.
right? Yeah. But other
Let's
than
get into
that, it
AEW.
was just kind of bland.
just quick quick thing before we go into it.
Mhm.
The Good Brothers announced their pay-per-view show.
Mhm.
It's called Talking Shop Mania. It's Saturday, August 1st. It's gonna have the Good Brothers, Chico Luchador, Enzo, Heath Miller, Brian Myers, Chavo Guerrero, Alex Koslov, Rocky Romero, Mike Bennett, Maria Kanellis, Rock and Roll Express, Dave Pencer, D'Lo Brown, Rhino, Willie Mack, Johnny Swinger, Swoggle, Raven, and Bush Boy, and a couple of more people. It's presented by Pro Wrestling Tees, High Spots, Port King Good, and it's going to be available on Fight Pay Per View.
That makes me think that Jack Ryder and Heath
So
Slater are still in talks with WWE.
Mm.
that,
If
that
it's
or it
being,
could just
it's
be
being
a
promoted by no, but it's being promoted by Pro Wrestling Tees, and Kurt Hawkins is on the show. And if Ryder's not, that's I don't know. I
yeah.
might be overthinking it, but
I don't know. We'll see. But
We'll
that's the
see.
latest on that one. All right, let's get into AEW. So AEW kicks off the TNT Championship. Cody versus Sunny Kiss. This match was good.
Can I go? Can I
Sunny
go?
Kiss was yeah.
Can I go? Yeah. Let me get this one, Elias. This is
Go ahead.
probably one of the best matches I've seen from Sunny Kiss. I liked it. Okay. Am I against the flamboyancy? That's debatable. But we're gonna see a lot more from Sunny Kiss. Okay. Like when I mean, if I'll take Sunny Kiss as the AED version of Velveteen Dream. It's like he keeps popping up with surprises that you're like, oh damn, he coming in like this, okay. Against Cody too, and of course I like the conglomerate sportsmanship afterwards. So yeah,
And you could tell Cody, like, when he got into Sonny Kitch's ear after the match, like, and was thanking him for the match and whatnot, that comment that Cody commented on Twitter that's now been deleted, you can go back and find it if y'all want. It was very degrading. Cody sticks up for his talent. And that's a round of applause moment. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because when I read it, I was pretty pissed off when I read what random person A tweeted at Cody and Sonny. We don't need that, but it was very good to see Cody stick up for his boy.
Yeah. I here's my only thing about this. I hope that they do something more with Sonny. Like, it'll be a shame for him to have a good match like this and for him to go back to squash matches or to go to dark. I feel like they need to push Sonny because he showed that he's worth the investment.
Well,
what were you saying, Monty? I'm saying,
or I'll do you one better.
I think this.
Win some more. I say continue. I'm sorry, Lance.
No, I'm just saying, like, I really thought that I really think that he deserves a push on, especially after this showing. It would be a shame if they didn't actually push him or gave him something more than what he is right now. Because, to be honest with you, he showed that he showed that he's a good investment worth.
I have an idea.
Nonetheless, after good.
I have an idea.
Monty, what's your idea?
Well, after this match that he just had with Cody, who's that dude? What's that dude name that Jake the Snake Roberts is managing? I forgot his name.
Archer.
Lance Archer.
Lance Archer. Go against him.
But you would lose. I don't want him to lose right off the bat again.
I don't want him to lose off the bat either. I'm not saying lose, but at least give me a decent match. Sometimes it's not all about winning or losing. One thing is, can you hold your own in the ring? I can see that happening pretty soon.
Yeah, I would like to see Janela and Sonny get some more time. Maybe get a couple of wins over SCU, some enhancement talent, and build towards the tag title.
Or make Sonny Kiss go against Kenny Omega.
I think Kenny's booked for the next month.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying in the future. Yeah.
But Monty, let me give you an idea. What if you build towards Janela and Sonny Kiss in a number one contenders match against Santana and Ortiz or Private Party?
That would be a good one too.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
Those are our ideas.
Or the Bucks.
All right. So afterwards, we get a. I didn't like the end of this match, but I loved the match itself. At first, it's FTR versus the Lucha Bros. This match was high packed action.
So good.
FTR, man. I think it was so good.
Yeah.
Shows why they were one of the best tag teams in WWE.
I do have a little nitpick.
My only complaint about this one was my only complaint about this match is the ending. I thought it was a cop out ending, but
I loved it.
I mean, me being think about it. I'm a AAA CMML guy, so as well. So it's like when you take somebody's mask out, it's the ultimate sign of disrespect. So it's like, that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I mean, the match itself ended.
But the commentary team put it over. That would be a disqualification in Mexico, not here.
Yeah, they did say that last. They did say that.
But
I understand.
The only thing I felt. Go ahead, Moise.
My little nitpick is when Revival or FTR, went on Cornette's podcast. They said that they're here to follow the rule, like to bring tag team wrestling. There was a lot of in and outs, no tags, breaking the 10 count going on here for my liking. But I loved the match, so I'm not going to complain about it. It's just a little nitpick.
The only thing I nitpicked about, and I talked about this with Matt, I felt that the tempo of the match was off in the beginning. As the match came back from the first break, I felt it got back into the groove. There is a spot that I think not Scott Dawson, but Dash. He did the flying. He flew off the ring and did and was supposed to do I guess he flew out the ring and turned it into a DDT to Ray Phoenix.
It was
That was my
a
favorite
face drop.
spot.
It was a face drop instead of a DDT. Yeah. One thing I will say about that is their first time competing. They're not getting that ring rep. They're not getting the ring reps together, and there might be a little language barrier when they're calling the match on to go. But it's still the second half picked it up for the match.
Yeah. Sorry. So after the match, the Butcher and Blade are standing in the FTR truck. Young Bucks come out, super kick them, knock them out, take the keys, and basically go into the ring to give them the keys back. Kenny Omega comes out and offers FTR beers for apology. He was going to say he was going to drink with them. And then Dax and Cash pour it over his head. It just caused all kind of chaos and then just leave. That made the segment to me.
In our group chat, we talked about why the Miller Lite was X'd out. That was actually Miller Lite water. That wasn't beer.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they would disrespect. No way Kenny would be okay with that spot because he is straight edge.
Yeah, no, that was going to be beer. That was going to be water. So
yeah, there was no foam, no nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Afterwards, we get a Le Champion comes out. I have mixed feelings about this segment because, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the fact that they're touting these ratings. It's working for them. I don't like the fact that they're bringing up the rating stuff now because it basically shows that you were worried about the rating stuff, the demo stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. That why would you bring that up now?
It kind of to be honest with you, and I agree with a lot of people on Twitter. This basically, when you bring up that's the stuff that WCW did back in the day, when they touted the ratings that they won the ratings war against WWE, blah blah blah. And I
put nothing. That did it.
Well, no, I put out a statement. Basically, it's like you could talk everybody keeps shitting on WWE not winning the ratings war, whatever. But at the end of the day, think about it like this: it's a long, steady race. So if your product is able to consistently hold, say for example, this ratings war went on for 3 years with WWE and WCW, in the long run, who's going to have the better product? So it's just
in this case, Elias, yeah, you probably had the better ratings, but you still got bought out by WWE.
And here's
Watch
the thing.
yourself, AEW.
Here's the thing. And the guys at Wrestling Inc. said it too. The people that actually care about the ratings don't care about the demographic. Like the fans that care about the ratings.
Because to be honest with you, Elias and Moise, I didn't really care. I didn't really even think about anything demographics until Jericho said something about it.
Well,
what does it have to do with anything?
I really never looked at the demographics as well. I don't know how it works. Something seems off to me. Like if you have these many viewers viewing your stuff, like WWE has had one the last 3 weeks, and the most demo was 50 and over. I'm like, you have to be kidding me. There has to be more people that watch WWE. But at the same time, all this is like people. WWE is available on the WWE network. NXT is available on the WWE network next day. So it's like people are gonna watch AEW and then come back and watch NXT, which is what I do with sometimes.
Consideration, Elias, and then take this into consideration. Not everybody's gonna sit here and have the streaming services to watch AEW if they miss it on Wednesdays.
Well,
so
also
think kind of SOL out of that too.
I also think about it. the way I look at it, and this is just as simple as this. You have people that watch both shows because I watch both shows live at times. So me, hopping back and forth does help that. So, regardless of that segment, which I didn't like, and even Matt was like, yeah, it's kind of stupid. But what made this segment was afterwards. Basically, Le Champion was like, Orange Cassidy, everybody wants the demo. The demos want to see Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho. Everybody wants to see Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. The answer is no. And as they were doing that, basically they took a swig of the orange juice, and then Orange Cassidy came out. Orange Cassidy came out and basically was just standing there. He's like the Le Champion was like, get out of my building, get out my building. And all of a sudden, like, you're not getting the match. And then he was like, why are you standing there giving the thumbs up? And then all of a sudden, like, he did, like, reminiscent of the moment that they turned on Randy Orton, Evolution turned on Randy Orton. He did the thumbs down, and then all of a sudden, a whole bunch of oranges just hits the ring and just dashes the inner circle.
And Santana's freaking overselling the hell out of this.
Yeah. I
love Santana. I met him. Great dude, but he oversold the hell out of this. Yeah.
That jacket cost $7,000.
That was hilarious. Jericho, man, as much as I, want to rag on the demo god stuff, like, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. And then to add the icing on the cake, then all of a sudden they throw him a towel, and as he's doing the towel, like the front of the towel is Orange Cassidy's face. So I think we're eventually going to see another match between Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, which I hope Orange Cassidy wins.
Oh yeah, Orange Cassidy gonna win that one.
I think this was the match of the night, to be honest with you. This next one, Jurassic Express versus the Elite.
Yeah.
I didn't like this.
Who is that? Who's the small one? The small boy. Marco Stunt. This little boy can rumble. He's so small. I'm trying to picture him in WWE. I don't think that's gonna work out. Keep him at AEW, but that boy can rumble.
No, I think you're reaching out a little bit, but
I am reaching out. I am reaching out. Seriously, I really.
Yeah, no, this match was. I think this match was the match of the night, in my opinion. The Elite made Jurassic Express look really good. Jungle Boy needs a solo run. Jungle Boy was the key.
That's what I'm saying.
The key person of this match. Moise?
You think so? Jungle Boy solo run?
I think this match was all Luchasaurus and the Omega, which is good.
That too, but
this is good because now we're all enjoying different aspects of the match, which is what you want. You want to appeal to different demographics, different people in different ways.
Like the Marco Stunt situation.
Yeah, and this is why I'm saying it's good, Monty. This is why I'm saying it's good. You like the Marco Stunt aspect. I like the Luchasaurus Kenny Omega stuff. Elias like the Jungle Boy stuff. That's great. But what I want to talk about is that Canadian Destroyer. Y'all got to stop doing the Canadian Destroyer every week. This is getting stupid. This is stupid. Y'all want to talk about this is stupid? The freaking Canadian Destroyer, while he's on Luchasaurus' thing, Marco Stunt runs from the ramp, does it off of Luchasaurus' shoulders onto, I want to say, Omega. Don't kick out of it then. Have one of the Young Bucks do it, and that's how the match ends. Stop kicking out a Canadian Destroyer. But I'm just saying. I agree with you, but all I'm saying is that gets you more interested in the match because it's all about that teamwork. But
I see what you're saying. You can do it.
Monty, I love the teamwork. If you have Marco Stunt run and clothesline him off the top rope, or do a bulldog backwards, the Canadian Destroyer is relied on too much as a setup move. And that's why I like when WWE uses it with Adam Cole doing the Panama Sunrise, because when he does it, he sets up for the last call.
Yeah, I think the Canadian Destroyer itself is being overused, in my opinion.
I feel so
It
bad for P. Williams, man.
yeah, I think that it's one of those moves that it was a scary moment because I think the whoever the Young Bucks was the one who took it, he looked like he almost got hit like he got almost landed directly on his head.
And
So that's
I will give props to Marco
that's where
Stunt
my
too. Marco Stunt did protect him though. Towards the end, you saw it more on Marco's thigh.
Yeah, I saw
yeah
that.
So Marco, like,
yeah.
yeah, I know
So
he's not everyone. Marco's not everyone's cup of tea, but the number one thing is you got to protect your opponent. You got to protect your dance partner, and Marco did that. So good on him.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good move by Marco Stunt to protect the Young Buck. Either way, the end of the match, Kenny Omega went off. That's all
Yeah.
I say.
I see the
He
end
hit
of the tag team champions after that. I'm picturing it.
he hit Luchasaurus with a B trigger, then dropped Jungle Boy, and then Omega was gonna do the one wing angel Marco Stunt. Marco Stunt rolled him up for the near fall, and then kicked out, hit the B trigger and the one wing angel on Marco Stunt. After the match, Kenny Omega went off and started teeing off on Marco Stunt. The heel turn is coming. I see it. I see reminiscences of the cleaner coming out, and I'm liking it.
That's what I'm saying. But I see the heel coming out, but I also see the destruction of tag team champions. And let me tell you why. While that match was going on between the Elite and Jurassic Express, Hangman Adam Page was sitting down drinking the beer watching this, and who came through?
The revival or FTR.
FTR.
FTR. That's what I'm saying.
And
So probably
one thing I will say, I agree with you. If you're gonna turn Kenny into the cleaner, he cannot be giving these enhancement talents 12-minute matches, you know? It has to be 5 minutes. V trigger, one winged angel, end it. V trigger, one winged angel, end it. You can't be going on. I know Kenny loves to give, but he's giving too much. And the Wrestling Inc. guys said this too. You can't be giving that much if you want to build your character. Elias, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
All right,
I
next
definitely
match.
agree. I think it's one of those situations where
we
I think
see
it's one of those
again.
situations before we go on that he needs to squash him like he used to. Afterwards, we get an interview with Hikaru Shida, basically saying that she is ready for Nyla Rose, but also at the same time saying that AEW doesn't have a lot of women competitors. So basically, she kind of throws out an open challenge to anybody that wants to come and try to fight Hikaru Shida for the women's championship. I like it because it opens the door for new talent. In between that, we get a glimpse of Diamante and Ivelisse, which they also announced Ivelisse versus Diamante next week at NXT Dynamite. I mean AEW Dynamite. Did I just say NXT Dynamite?
Gonna be so good. That's gonna be so good.
Two of the best wrestlers out there right now. Then we get a promo basically from John Moxley saying that he was going to target. He's basically gonna target Cage's
I didn't like that promo.
surgically repaired shoulder.
I didn't care for
You
that
didn't?
promo.
I liked it.
I didn't like that promo. Why are you telling us this?
Because it's Moxley. He can do whatever he wants.
This is a promo. You need an audience.
Anyways, let's get to
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
Anyways, we get a squash match between the Nightmare Sisters, Dustin and Nightmare Sisters, Allie and Brandy versus Kenzie Page and MJ Jenkins. Basically, we get Nightmare Sisters win that one. Then we go into the next segment with.
Wait. Why are we? If we're gonna give NXT crap, we're gonna do it with AEW too. What the fuck is MJ Jenkins doing with her hair? She looks like a star in the Mae Young Classic. I have no clue what this blonde wig thing is. get rid of that. Bring back your original faux hawk look you had. You looked like a star, MJ Jenkins. Now you look like a jobber. She had a great match
Well,
at
that's
the
what
Mae
she
Young
did
Classic.
basically. But
But she had a great match at the Mae Young Classic, Elias.
yeah, no, I agree. I'm not taking nothing away with that. It's
And,
just
and she had a unique look.
I didn't really care. To be on to be honest with you, I didn't watch this match. I took a restroom break. By the time I got out the restroom, this match was over. So yeah, I have
I didn't know
nothing to
the
say
Amer.
about
I
this
didn't know
match.
the Amer.
Um,
But I'm kind of lost though, and the reason why I'm lost is okay. So this is the
the Nightmare
American
Sisters?
night. That's what I'm saying. The Nightmare Sisters, right?
No, no, Nightmare Sisters.
That's
So this okay. So I'll fill you in right quick. I'll
that's
fill
what
you in
I'm
because
getting at.
we got to get.
Yeah, yeah. Fill me in
Hold
about
on,
this.
hold on. Let me quickly fill it in because we're about to hit an hour and we need to go into the
Right.
prediction show.
Right.
So basically, Ali and QT Marshall started a thing. At first they weren't Brandy and Dustin weren't getting along with it. They weren't cool with it. Then they started tag teaming. The first match, Ali basically took the win away from Brandy after Brandy hit her finisher. And then the next match, basically Brandy to return the favor, let Ali take the pin. And then the third match that they had in Dark, they ended up working better together. So basically now they're the Nightmare Sisters. So they're working better. It's a working relationship. All right. Afterwards,
This
we
ain't
get
gonna
Nyla
last
Rose
long.
comes out for it. All right. Anyways, we go into the next segment where Nyla Rose comes out and it's getting interviewed by Dasha. There we go. And then basically
We said
Dasha.
it last week. Vicky Guerrero came out. We predicted this last week. Vicky Guerrero, excuse me.
We predicted this. They pick your group.
Yeah, main event. Go to main event.
Yeah. Afterwards, we get main event. John Moxley versus Brian Cage. The match itself was good to the ending. I didn't like the ending.
That's what I was gonna get at.
A lot of the people agree on it. It was a cop out finish, to be honest with you. Like this is my problem with AEW and their big guys. They put them in a good match, and then all of a sudden they just get lost in the scramble. So my only fear for Cage is for him to get lost in the scramble. Look at Luchasaurus, and then look at what they did with Brody Lee. Like they build him up against John Moxley, Wardlow as well. Like you're building up your guys, and then you're just putting them back in the shuffle. So it's like if you're gonna do something. Archer, like if you're gonna do something good. Don't just sit there and just have them take this loss, which I didn't agree with the finish. I would have rather seen a DQ or a disqualification, or I would have seen something else apart from the throwing in the towel, because even on Twitter now they're trying to play it off. They're trying to play it off as Cage is basically say I didn't want him to throw the towel in. He almost got fired. So it's it just killed it for me. The only thing that made up for it was after the match when Darby Allin, the only thing I like about this match is that afterwards was that Darby Allin came out. So, Moise,
I wasn't comfortable with that ending, but continue.
Yeah, Darby Allin came out, did the skateboard to the shoulder. I like Darby. I like Brian Cage a lot. I feel Brian Cage is uncomfortable as a heel. I don't know why I'm saying this. I feel like he needs to be a face. I want to see Impact Brian Cage. I want to see Brian Cage hit a 619 and do a backflip, But
he does that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this dude is legit.
Okay. Didn't know that.
So, yeah. So, but that's AEW NXT in a nutshell. Of course, Moxley won because Taz threw in the towel. That's as best as we can put it. But yeah, that's it. That's it for NXT AEW recap. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with our prediction show, which is going to be a quick 15-20 minute show. So we'll see you then. Peace.
Peace.